Pog Hackling and his first mate Ferdinand Keat sat quietly on the bearded saber as it sailed towards Port Bray, trying to make sense of what just transpired. Pirates had been pursuing them across the ocean, across the eastern reef, and surely would have overtaken them except that a mysterious ship appeared from behind a rock outcropping and saved them, somehow. The cloaked figures on the deck of this large vessel were chanting a song of sorts, and ice appeared from nowhere, moving across the water and encasing the pirate ship in a wall of ice. The bearded saber had escaped. "It must have been them! I know it must have been!" Ferdinand claimed for at least the 10th time. Neither man had ever seen a frost druid before, but it was the only possible explanation. Frost druids were so rare this far east of their snowy kingdom, few had ever laid eyes on one, let alone a ship carrying a dozen, let alone witness their amazing control of the ice. Many in the eastern kingdoms feared the frost druids and their efforts to protect the world from the nether through ice. Although allies in the war, the means to achieve this victory were a constant source of tension. Ferdinand and Pog discussed the nether invasion frequently in their coral harvesting trips. Pog was more moderate in his support of the war, supporting King Donal's defensive approach, whereas Ferdinand felt true hatred of these pigmen. He had often talked of traveling far to the west, finding the frost druids and joining up with them in their quest to save the world. In just the few hours traveling back to Port Bray, Ferdinand decided it was time. This awesome power they wielded might be enough to actually win the war instead of fighting to a stalemate. He turned in his resignation to his friend Pog and made his preparations for the trip west. Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode from the Realm of Vasten. Well, I'm doing things a little out of order today. I'm coming back to record the beginning of this clip after the first part of the clip was already, after the last part of the clip, rather, of this video was already done. And the reason for that is because I had a few little technical glitches on my part. So over there, that's what we're going to get to. We're going to get to that in all good time here. But first thing I want to do is I want to show what we had a big sort of meeting last night. Actually, almost everyone was on. Let's see who was here. Joel, me, Grumpy, Klautos. I think that's it. So like 6 of the 9 of us were on last night, and we came up with some stuff. We're working on some stuff here, and we came up with, well, Jerm and I actually recorded a lot, and it was a lot of like thinking and quiet, and that's not so great for video, so I just didn't feel like it was really usable. But I want to talk about the scope of the tree. So Joel is we sort of strong-armed Joel into be like, hey, you're the artist. You got to do this. One of the artists that we have here, anyway. He's stepping up in a big way. So this is awesome. It's like a frame of the tree. That over there is sort of a height test of where the castle is going to be. I think Jerm and I are going to be kind of working on the castle together. Joel, and of course, we're all going to be helping all of us each other, But Joel put up some stuff about palette. We're going to talk about that in good time here, but this is kind of what we're thinking. There's some fire coral, some bubble coral, horn coral, that's regular ice, that's packed ice, and of course then there's things like we have snow and some other whites and stuff that I think we can use for the tree. But I think it could be really cool. It could be super, I mean, it's going to be really cool. Guaranteed it's going to be super cool. But let's get up here and just take a look. This is new since I've been here. So 130, huh? I don't know why that did that. I don't know. It's really weird. Why is that happening? Let's go this way. Oh, we're going up. Okay, here we are. We're up to, what is this? Well, this is 130. Okay, yeah, well, that's as advertised. Okay, so that's why 130. And is there a way down? Doesn't look like it. I mean, we all have electros. No big deal. Let's see if I can take one of these other ones. I probably shouldn't do the shaders. Lots of jumping around. Not so great for me. Aha, I see now. Okay, that's also 130. What's this one? Okay, this is 190. Is there one back here? Oh my, okay, 240 is not there yet. Oh my goodness. Joel, you maniac. We're going up to 240 in a water elevator? Oh, I love it so much. This is so cool. What a cool mechanic. Good job, Mojang, for this. So, here we are. This is still not the top of the tree. The tree is going to up there. Now you can see the castle is going to be that's going to probably be about the peak of the castle or one of the peaks of the castle. I don't know where it's going to be. That's just solely a test. I think, is this north? I think we're thinking about this kind of being the open route, or maybe that. I'm not really. I need to kind of get a beat on that. I kind of feel like, honestly, that maybe this should be the open spot, so you see it from the water when you come in, instead of north. Also, that means, wait, so what was this? This is east, right? So sunrise would be through the open spot, but I don't know. I mean, there's two ways of doing it. We either thought about doing like a parenthesis here and then a parenthesis over here, or we talked about doing like a C shape, like say from like here the whole way around to like there, you know, something in those ways. But you can see how just absolutely mind-blowingly epic this whole thing is going to be. So we tried last night to build a couple fake mountains. We were talking, again, in a recording that's never going to be heard because I deleted it. But we were talking about potentially building up, like from here and going up to, let's see. Actually, yeah, right about to that level. That's where we were thinking about the mountain being, which means that would be the beginning of the tree. Now that's a huge, huge tree. But, we talked to Joel and Klautos and Grumpy, and this is the beautiful thing about a server. Like, if it were just me doing it, that's how I would have done it. If it were just even me and JermsyBoy doing it, that's probably what we would have done. But we all talked about it together, and we decided that it would be best to have a really big root system for the tree, and then have the castle come here. So instead of do a fake mountain, we're not going to. And I can live with that because fake mountains take a long time. And we're gonna have this. So it's really cool. I love it. I haven't been. I don't want to say overruled. That's not what I mean. But I haven't like. It's really cool to like sort of bow to other people's opinions. I love it so much. I mean, it's just great. It's just great. I'm super psyched about this. I love this world. I love this server. I'm so happy. It's so creative and so fun for us. So yeah. So this is the tree. This is what we're doing now. I'm going to be gathering some coral, and that's going to be coming in an episode or two here. I need to set up, well, one of us needs to set up a coral farm. I'll be honest, I kind of want to try to set up a coral farm. I have an idea that I think would work, but I'm really, really bad at that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if I can get it to work, but boy, I want to try. So I don't know. Maybe that would be a fun collab with like Joel or Klautos or something to do it. Because I just would like to learn how to do something with redstone, but you know me, and you know that's not something I'm terribly good at. So anyway, so we're just talking like, oh, this is really cool. Coral for the frost tree, yeah. So we need to go. Now we can harvest coral from the coral reef, but I would rather. Let's go take a look at that real quickly here before we go any further, because I have a build in mind. If you've been watching the cinematics that start these episodes, you probably know where we're going with this. But I do have a build in mind for the coral reef that is going to be really cool, and maybe probably hold the actual like coral like exchange. So this is the coral ship, and obviously I still have some work to do in this that I haven't done yet. Maybe at some point I'll do it. This kind of would be maybe a live stream project. I'm not really sure yet, but here, a little bit of coral here, and let's see. I just want to see if this has been really harvested. I kind of hope it hasn't. I mean, there's a lot of it for sure, and it goes a good bit over that way, I think. Okay, cool. So it hasn't been. So what I'm thinking like, so according to the story, this is not today's episode, but according to the story, this ship was here mining, and out of the west, that's this way. Okay, there's land over there. I wasn't totally aware of that. Well, you know what? This coral reef is big. It could have been like over this. Oh yeah, look how big it is. So they could have been set up like way over here or something, and out of the west. Yeah, look how big this coral reef is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So they could have been set up like way over here, and then out of the west, over that way. The pirate ship came, so they took off running. And I think what we're gonna do is, and then they were saved by the frost druids, which I've covered in the cinematics. Let's see how we want to do this. I think eventually what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a pirate ship here that's frozen in ice, and then maybe put the coral farm inside of it if it fits, and that's something I'm gonna need to talk to someone who's better at redstone than I am. But okay, but anyway, we're gonna go back to the regularly scheduled program now, and that's building the shipyard. I did a good bit of work on it in this episode, and yeah, we're going back in time to the shipyard. So I'll see you over there. Okay, bye. Okay, did a bunch of stuff. Check it out. All right, I know the scale is big. The scale is big. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, because I'm looking at these towers, and it's a lot bigger, but it has to be to house these ships. I mean, even as is, quite honestly, I don't know if these ships are going to fit outside. Let me look. Oops. Oh, man. I don't think that they will. Oh, wait, they just barely will. They barely will scrape by. Okay, so, you know, so these doors are possibly not even big enough still. Well, I mean, they are, but the ship would scrape on the sides, and no one wants that. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do, because I really like the design. I hate to kind of mess it up here, but I might bring this in. I guess I kind of have to. I guess I don't really have a choice, huh? Bring this in like one block, like out on both sides. See, it's just not gonna be as good. You know what? Well, I could maybe make this like another. That's gonna mess up the design, though. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I mean, this is going to be coming down here, so really the part that would need to be bigger would have to be like up here, would have to come out a block. So it'd have to come something along. It's really going to mess up. It's really going to mess up the look, isn't it? Because I really like the design of these doors. I thought it was going to be really cool for a big building. You know, we might just go with it and just say that these guys are such good engineers, such amazing engineers, that they can get within like the inch, up to the inch of it fitting, because it does fit technically. It's just that it would rub. We're just gonna say that. We're gonna say these guys are absolute master engineers, because I don't want to mess up the look of this door. And this ship is not going anywhere in Minecraft terms. By the way, oh yeah, I told you I died, right? Ha! I forgot about that. Okay, that's why I only have 5 levels again. We stopped keeping track of deaths in this world. Just kind of felt like enough was enough of that. So, okay, so a couple other things I want to get here is I want to start building some walls. I want to build kind of a retaining wall and a couple little bridges here. I don't really have the materials right at this moment to build a bridge, but what I want to do is I want to add I kind of want to add this theme of wall on the outside for the first layer, and then we're going to come outside. So I was looking at other people's builds, you know, and this needs to fit in with the rest of the city. So I was kind of looking over here at what Grumpy and Brew, I think it was the two of them, did over here. Maybe Ninny was involved. I don't really remember at this, and just kind of seeing how they kind of put together. And basically, it's on the bottom here. You can see it's like an andesite cobble mixture, which is kind of what I'm using over there. And then it gets up into this kind of look on the sides with a lot of like cross beams and all that kind of stuff, which is easy. And then different. We're going to use all different shingles. I don't think that we need to stick to necessarily one, but I do want to take that terracotta and granite sort of style that they have going on over there for over here. Look, you can see how big it is. It's just like hovering in the distance. Oh, it's such a big build. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. Don't worry. It's just going to take a lot of detail for a build this big, but that's fine. We're going to be here for a couple episodes. No big deal. So let's grab, we'll grab some andesite and cobblestone and start kind of figuring out where the outside walls are going to be of this building. Boy, I barely have any. Cool. I have a little bit. Okay. Let's just use cobble for now. All right. Now, I don't care. One thing I should say, I don't care right away at all if this place is like symmetrical in any way. I don't care. So what I'm thinking is I'm thinking about having kind of like here, this build up to right about there. So let's just do that. We'll build up this. I'll do some texture variation later, but something along these lines here on the inside of this. There, something like that. Up right to the top of this layer. So like one more. That way we can go right across there. So something like that, I think, will be good from the outside. We'll take a look at this before I do any more. But I want to talk about sort of the design of this on camera, because this build's gonna take a little while to get kind of all firmed up and together. Oops, I didn't need that one. I kind of hate to waste right now. I'm going to be using so many materials. Okay, cool. Did I do that over here? I did. Haha. Okay, let's go take a look and see how this is over by our friendly polar bear. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be just fine. Mix in with andesite and stuff like that. Then what we'll do is we'll come across here and we'll come out, I think. So these will actually be recessed at this point on. So I think that should actually be a really cool look and just kind of different, you know. So what we'll do is we'll come back here and where's this? Okay, this block is here. So 1, 2, 3, so somewhere around like here. Let's go about here. So I need to dig this down. Let me lay this out. This is going to take a minute. Let me lay this out, and then I'll come back once I get sort of some of this area built. We got to figure out exactly how we're going to start to actually build the actual building part of the building. You know what I mean? Okay. See you in a few. So I got to do a little bit of designing while I'm building. Something I think about when I'm building this scale is how am I going to be designing it whenever I get done? Like a lot of times I'll just throw up the outside walls, but sometimes when you're dealing with a large interior, and this interior is kind of weird because it's an interior, but at the same point it's going to have huge open air doors to it. So something I think about a lot is, okay, so I'm designing an interior at the same time. How am I going to do this? Well, I'll tell you one thing. The easiest way for me to go about this is to be detail. Whenever I come back in and detail this with a bunch of granite and crackstone brick and stuff, it's not granite, I'm sorry, andesite and crackstone brick, then it's going to be a lot easier if I have a walkway to walk on. So I think why not lay this walkway down now, and then we'll work on, you know, we can work upstairs and we'll have things like this. Like this wouldn't be just dead space in here. This would actually be probably like some storage, some offices, things like that. And that is going to make this part a lot easier. So another way of thinking is I think I might want to come out on this side earlier than the middle. And that's going to be a little bit weird at first, but I think it could be kind of cool. So if I want to do that, I probably want to start getting some logs involved, and that's going to mean I need to go cut down a whole bunch of spruce. So before I did that, I just wanted to pop in. Look how sweet these dark oak leaves are. Jerm, you're a master. So how about, I mean, I don't know, you know, I almost think I should start coming out here soon, but because the roof, I think I'm going to do like a kind of a bit of a wraparound roof with a bunch of different windows and some towers and things like that. They're going to make it more interesting. Random. I'm not going to do symmetrical build. I know the doors are symmetrical, yes, because I feel like they need to be for building ships, but as far as there being some towers and some maybe offices and things on the window, that's going to be on the roof. That's going to be totally random, and that is important to make a build not look so cookie cutter. I've learned that the hard way, like in Kalahal where I did a factory. I made it very symmetrical, and I really had some issues with making it interesting. I didn't find it was interesting at all, and I think a big part of that reason was because I had it was all symmetry. I had nothing sticking out or jutting out in different directions. So okay, let me grab some more stuff, and I will figure out. I need to go harvest just a ton of spruce. So let me do that, and I'll come back. I thought I would bring us in to kind of wrap up this episode and just show sort of what we've been working on here, and a little bit of a building technique that I have sort of learned not too long ago. So we're framing this out. We're starting to give a little bit of depth. Now I'm also trying, and I have not detailed it yet. I generally don't detail until I got this done, because there's no point in detailing whatever's behind this log, for example. You know, just saves you some time, unless you can see from the inside. But I'm trying to remember what's going on with these things, what's going on with those buildings over there, and just trying to tie it all together, and also allow for some future non-symmetrical sort of ideas. And one of the things that I think is a really nice way to go is in this kind of thing. Now, what a lot of people might do is go stairs all across that. And that's probably what I generally would have done, but I just kind of recently saw someone who did slabs across here, and darn if I can remember who it was to give credit. I watched a lot of sort of in the background Minecraft YouTube videos, and I just thought that was so interesting to do it that way, because that way you see the underside of this log, so you get more of that texture change, and that's a really cool thing, and something I'd like to incorporate a little bit more than I usually do. I'm not saying that this is rocket science or this is the first person to ever do it. It's just the first time I've ever really noticed this very specific sort of idea and technique. So is that bear around here? There's a bear that I think like when you stand too close for a while, it starts to get mad or something. Is he right under here? Where is he? It's weird. I hear it. I don't know where he is. Anyway, so yeah, so again, a very small, probably like, you know, like, well, duh, building technique idea, but it was kind of new to me a little bit. Oops. Okay, we'll go. Anyway, that's about it for the episode. You know, I know that not a lot of building happened today, but that's going to be kind of the nature of this particular build. We'll probably be here for a couple episodes trying to build something that's really cool. It's my first ever shipyard, and so I really want to make it good and you know, do some things that are really cool. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to leave these arches exactly as is for now, and then detail them as they come out later. Probably a little bit of an arch kind of coming out like this for the roof. But also I did connect those. I just thought it was just a little easier to see where they are kind of. It looks like maybe I owe myself one more. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was just nice to see where the roof sort of falls. But then what I'll do over here is I'll probably do... this is where a little bit of the asymmetry is probably going to come in. So some of these may end up being wider as far as like coming out, coming in, that kind of stuff. I think probably this is where I'm going to start to filter in some of the granite and terracotta look. And I need to pick a granite and terracotta color. So I guess I'll do that next episode. And we can sort of discuss it kind of together. But then the other thing that we'll do is we'll do probably like logs here and here and just kind of bring that out. And that's going to give a little bit of a look. Now, I think where the granite and terracotta is probably going to end up being back a block. Like that'll be back here. But that'll we'll do that at a future time. So yeah, anyway, it's been a very fun build so far. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are, and I'll see you next episode right here from the Realm of Vasten. Bye, everyone.